Hey everybody, it's Keith with the Leaders Lyceum. Welcome back to Weekly Thought Fuel, and this is not Sarah.
Sorry.
This is Karl Kuhnert, co-author of the book that we wrote together. Karl and I have been working together. Hey, listen, Karl, so many people have made comments to me about these videos about, that Sarah is way easier to look at on video than you are. So I think, no offense, but I think we're like doubling down on them missing out in some way. Hey, we are going to do a little summer series that is really the two of us just having a discussion about different things in the book, in the map that we wrote, and hopefully it'll be interesting to you guys, and hopefully we'll add some color to some of the things that maybe didn't lend itself to being blown out so much in the book. But I think one thing I'd love our audience to hear is that. Why we wrote this. Neither of us wake up in the morning, have ever woken up in the morning and think, what I want to do today? I want to write. It's not kind of the way we're built, and yet we put forward the effort because it mattered to us. What mattered most to you about kind of getting this out?
Well, Keith, what mattered most to me was the fact that we have been talking, writing, doing research on these ideas for the past 25 years.
Yeah.
And the time had come where we had to write the book.
Yeah, we had to write the book.
We had to write the book. In fact, how many times after one of our sessions did someone come up to me and said, "Well, when's the book coming out?"
When's the book coming out? How like a lot, by the way, for those of you all who didn't pick up on that.
We know, but see, one of the things we also knew, Keith, is that a lot of these ideas that we've been talking about and teaching actually accelerate the development of people.
Yeah.
That really make a difference in people's lives. And the reason why we both wrote this book was that we knew that we could actually help people become more effective as leaders.
Yeah, not everybody can come through one of these programs, and for $20 on the mapthebook.com or on Amazon, by the way, retail price of $30, you can go in and begin to get access in a way that can actually accelerate your growth. Now, I think in the opening of the book, and we're going to talk through things in each one of these chapters, the title of the opening chapter was actually Preparing for the Journey.
Right.
And I would kind of wish we had said Preparing for the Rest of the Journey, because everybody who's able to read this book has had some journey that they've already covered.
Maybe in the second edition, Keith, we can.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it in the second edition. It's interesting that, we've really based all the work that we've done over the last 20 plus years on the principles that are shared in this book, and there is a huge science behind this.
Correct.
But I think as we think about our own journeys, a lot of times our journeys actually validate what we've written about in here.
We've had so many executives, senior executives, come through this course, and as soon as we go through the model, there's this sense that we're on the right track, because they say, "Oh yeah, I remember when I thought this way," or "I remember when I assumed this to be true."
Yeah.
They also tell us about events in their life, landmark events that shook them up, that destabilized them, that actually had them rethink what they assumed to be true.
Yeah, and that the destabilization is really the precursor to growth. And so often it's tied to a landmark event, right? Whether it's a positive landmark event like the birth of a child or getting married or finishing a program of some sort, or whether it's like the loss of a loved one or something that would be seen as negative, that it's the destabilization is the precursor to growth. And so people, when they look back,
they can see it.
Right. And then they say, "I get that this is true because I've lived it."
Right.
So let's give them so for the upcoming week, why don't you guys think back not just through the landmark events,
but in particular, what changed you?
What changed you
in that event?
How did you change on the heel? What was destabilizing about it?
What was destabilizing?
Right. So Sarah and I asked you to reflect on this earlier. This is taking it to the next level a little bit. So listen, good to have Karl with us. Thank you for being here.
Great to be here, Keith.
Yeah,
finally.
And we'll look forward to seeing you all next week. Until then, have a great week.
Bye-bye.